Hello, everyone, and Happy New Year. I'm so excited to be here, even though it's January the 2nd, but that was what it was. It landed on a Saturday, which I normally do my live streams on Saturdays. So, welcome. If you're watching this on the replay, be sure to click on the link if you want to join the free 30-day abundance challenge. So, this is going to be a little bit different than my regular stream. I just want to click that off. There we go. So I want to make sure that I have my sound on right and everything. So Shelly G, if you're here, please let me know that you can hear me and that there's no feedback or anything just before we start. Okay, cool. So you might notice that there's a new background behind me. Yay, because 2021 is a year for change and I'm excited for that. Whoa, I got a super chat already. Thank you so much, Shelly G. I appreciate that. Everyone is here and stoked. Now, I can't tell if this is from today or from the other day because we've got so many people already here. I want to show you what I'm wearing today. I'm wearing something different. And by the way, while I show you, I just want you to let me know what you think of my background. So this shirt says, "Be the change." Okay, so that's exactly what 2021 is going to be for me and you if you want to participate. And I put a link up to the 30-day free challenge. It's an abundance challenge, and it's inspired by the dream that I had in Sedona, Arizona. My life has not been the same, and I want to share the same inspiration with you. So one of my goals, I'm just going to clear this up here. One of my goals has always been to create an abundance course for people to share the experiences that I've had, the dreams that I've had with the angels, and then most recently in Sedona, and show you how I unlocked joy in my life, which I think is a huge component of abundance. I also want to share, frankly, with you the things that have been stopping me and in my way. So if I look a little disheveled, it's because I did something a little spontaneous today. What I did is I created an actual abundance course area that I'm giving away free today along with the guide. So when you sign up in the link, you get the guide and access to the course. There is one sort of caveat, and that is that you create the course along with me each day. So directly after I get off of this live stream, I'm going to go and make the first video and you will have access to it. So if you do want to join along, then just make sure that you know that it's going to be created as we go. I love the shirt and the butterflies. That's awesome. So let me give a shout out to all the people who are here already. And that is Vegan Angel 68. Thank you for the shirt compliment. VG, Shelly G. And thank you, Shelly G, for the super chat already. Right off the bat, you're full of abundance. Thank you. Jillian Leonard. And then we have Yvonne Cano, Amanda. We have so many people here. And if you are here and you're watching, I'm going to urge you. I'm going to urge you stronger than ever to get off the sidelines and get into the game of living and abundance. And I want to ask you the definition. So this is your first thing. I want to ask you the definition of what you think spiritual means to you, okay? And then we're going to relate that to abundance. Happy New Year. Yes, Shauna. Janelle, Kate, Kathy, Brooke. Oh, and Crispy says, Sylvia, you look Sylvia's little sister with that shirt. Love it. Well, I just wanted to come on and, I'm going to tell you something. I want you guys to write down the meaning of spiritual for you. But I want to tell you something. One of the things that has held me back is that I didn't feel ready and I didn't feel prepared and it wasn't the right time. Can you guys relate to that? And what I mean by that is to live a full, authentic life, regardless of, that you're not showing up perfect, but that you're living abundantly. Okay, so answers are rolling in about spirituality. Spirituality to me means listening to your spirit. Yay. Spiritual, connected to the light of Christ, which connects to our spirit rather than our physical senses. Okay, interesting. Okay, good. Brooke, we get inner impressions about things when we are praying. Spiritual means beyond material reality. Spiritual is a relationship. Spiritual equals our essence. All right. So today I want to not only challenge you with the abundance challenge, but I also want to challenge you to expand your definition of spirituality with the kingdom within, meaning that you inside of yourself have the potential to create and live your very best life with joy, with abundance, and including all the things around you. Now, this might be like this whole challenge and this whole dimension that I'm about to open up might be a little bit overwhelming for some of you, because I want to include complete spirituality and not just partial. I want you to actually feel and accept all the gifts and joy that God wants to give to us. And so I have a story to share with you about it. And I know you guys are listening because all of your answers were great. And no offense, we're moving into a new year. It's 2021. In order for us to have change, we have to expand our vision and our belief systems to believe that we are worthy. We're worthy. We're worthy of abundance. We're worthy to live a great life. And we're worthy to be able to overcome things that brought us down in the past. And we are worthy to be healthy, loving, wealthy. And that's why we're here, Carrie says. Good. All right. So let's do this. So let me start by sharing a story with you. When I was a kid, sounds kind of funny how I'm starting it, but when I was a kid, I didn't have a lot. Like I'm talking, and maybe you can relate to this, really didn't have a lot. It's not a sad story. It is just an experience. And I'm glad that I went through that experience. But what I did have is something huge, and that is an imagination. Little did I know that 50 years later, that imagination was going to serve me and serve me well. And I can tell you that I've had that many years in between to be able to see the results of what an imagination can do for you. When you're in a situation that is oppressive, say, like whether it's financially, emotionally, spiritually, relationship-wise, money-wise, when you're in a position like that, the only thing that you really have is your inner dreams, imaginations, desires, and intentions. You might have the intention, by the way, if I look down, it's because I'm looking at your comments. It's very important to me what you have to say. So you have these inner dreams and desires, and you have an imagination of what is possible for you. As you move along the way, sometimes life can crush it through experiences that you've had with other people, experiences that you've had yourself, what perhaps your teacher told you, or, I'll give you a good example. My science teacher had no idea that I would write a anatomy and physiology book. Instead, he said things like, you're never going to amount to anything, whatever. I'm not attaching myself to that, and I'm not looking for sympathy. I just want you to know that as you move along in your life, there are going to be people who say things to you that they're just projecting limited thinking. So I want us to bust through that limited thinking and tap back into your imagination for creation for your life, and to let go of anything that is holding you back pain-wise in your health, in your love, and in your wealth. So I know that you guys are listening because there's not been a lot of comments. So which areas of your life out of those three categories have you been holding back? And guess what? My guide is really going to help you. Those of you who took the first 7-day abundance challenge, I have a new guide where I clarified, based on your feedback to me, I clarified the exercises in it. So, yes, I want to ask you guys something. So, what cut off your desires? What stopped you? Where have you stopped wishing, hoping, and imagining and having good intentions for which area? In your health, wealth, or love? I only use those areas because when you really distill it, it comes down to those three areas of our lives. And underneath those categories of health, wealth, and love come spirituality, come well-being, and every other thing after that. And I plan on making a diagram that I've been given through my vision of exactly what is under that umbrella of abundance. Hi, Jim. Good to see you. So, all of the above. Okay. So you've moved through your life. You listened to a few people. You had a couple of, hi, Victoria. Hi, Kathy. You've had a couple of bad experiences. And now you might be stuck. Maybe you're not stuck. Maybe I'm making that assumption. But I feel like if you're here, it's because you're a truth seeker and you're looking to enlighten your spiritual journey and your path to well-being and connection with God. And I think it goes without saying, I don't need to tell you that when you're connected to the God Spirit, there is no lack, there is no stuck. There's just simplicity, love, joy, and abundance. Sadly, all three, Kate says. I was wrong to think that desiring joy was wrong. Right. Well, that's what I'm here to tell you. Guess what? So many people are going to tell you that to be joyful, to be 100% healthy, to have 100% love and give 100% love, and to have especially wealth. My goodness, if you desire anything in your life, then you are just completely pounced on. Like if you say what you want. But remember when you were a kid? Remember when you were a kid and you had all of those dreams to be, do, have all of it? Well, that is exactly where I want to take you. And guess who says? You tell me. Who talks about in order to be in the kingdom of God, you need to be like the child? Who said that? You tell me. FYI, not only am I going to change my set, yes, good Kate, I'm going to change my set, I'm changing my hair. This is the year of change, and the change, in case you came here late, be the change. Be the change, okay, guys and girls? So, yes, Jesus said that. So, I feel like when I had that dream about Jesus who stood in front of me, he showed me that the kingdom is within. But he didn't just say that saying that I heard a million times. He actually showed me that everything begins right there. Your connection to God, the power of creation, your light. Again, just to repeat in case you didn't hear, he said that you are the Alpha and Omega, meaning you and me and him, Alpha and Omega, that this life experience is just an experience that has a beginning and an end. If that's the case, then why not make 2021 the best year ever? We just had the worst, let's go to the best. How do we do this? We have to individually and collectively as a group generate momentum and moving forward. Shelly G says the butterfly represents change. You know what, Shelly? I had that butterfly picture for a long time, and I didn't realize that that's what it means. But hey, you know what? I guess this is the year of change, and the challenge is going to change us. But because it is called a challenge, it will challenge some of your belief systems. Okay, so, oh my gosh, they're coming in. Awesome. All these comments. All right, I want to stay focused. So in order for us to imagine, we have to bring our energy back to that fresh energy of the new year and as being a child. And I want you to download that booklet and start filling out everything that you feel that you desire and with your intentions, and just what is that, it doesn't cost you a thing to write it down. It's not going to hurt you to desire and to wish and to have those intentions. And remember, you did it every day when you were a kid. You got up and you're like, I'm going to go ride my bike, I'm going to go have some fun, I'm going to go and do this, I'm going to enjoy myself, and when I grow up I'm going to be. We want to tap back into that. And FYI, when you put your, you have to put your name and email in, and the reason being is because I have to be able to deliver that PDF to you and that course. You're going to notice you're going to receive 3 emails. One is the login to the course, and it's I don't want to call it a course because it's just a center, an abundance center where I can put all of the videos starting today. Right after this is going to be the first video. You're going to be part of this development of this abundance center. There's 7 phases to it. If you've done the abundance challenge, you know what I'm talking about. The guide that's free comes download. Anyways, back to being a child. We're going to tap into that energy, and then with that energy, we're going to create momentum. First traction, then momentum. And the momentum part comes in doing it all together. Now, I wasn't sure how I could, Happy New Year, how I could get all of the videos in one place and all of us talking. So that's why I created the center. And you can write your comments below each video to tell me what you thought about it, what you're thinking about, what your challenges are, and you can always email me as well. So still my mantra, having fun and get the job done. Yes, right? Get the job done. Love it. Momentum. And to Jenny, sorry to hear about your mom. Yes, let's talk about that. Thank you. Oh my gosh, VG, thank you so much for that super chat. That is amazing. Thank you for supporting me in this challenge, and I hope that you go and download that guide and join us in this challenge. Okay, so we obviously had somebody who lost someone, so let's go back here and let's give some love. Jenny H. I'm sorry to hear about your mom and your friend too, and I want to give you some good news. The good news is this life is an experience, and that there is, I know that this might sound insensitive when you're right in it, but I've lost both my father and my mother, so I can relate to the pain. Give yourself time to grieve. However, this experience has a beginning and an end. We all come in and we're all going out. There's no exception. There's one thing that we know for sure. So while you are here, I want you to be like a ray of the sun and shine, because once this experience is over, we're going back to the center of the sun. And that's in part why I wore yellow, representing the dream that I had with my father, how he showed me how there is no loss because we're all connected. Obviously, you're mourning the loss of these people, very important people in your life, because they're not here every day. However, if you've noticed that there is one thing for certain, and that is change. And I want this challenge and channel for 2021 is about being spiritual and taking it to its maximum expansion. I want it to be about joy too. You know, we've talked a lot about pain and suffering, and I've shared my own pain and suffering, and it's important to talk about pain and suffering, but it's also important to live your maximum life. You know, if you were living a completely joyful life at this time, if you were, each individual, we would feel less likely to suffer. We would suffer less. So I'm going to ask you to be the maximum person you can be and to show up for yourself strong and joyfully and happily, because I'm going to make a big assumption here. I think you already get it, that nobody's going to hand you joy, health, wealth, relationship automatically. I think we understand that the universe is a reflection of us. So whatever we're seeing out there, whatever we're choosing to see, is what we're choosing to be inside. Ooh, that was good. I even like that one. Whatever we're seeing is who we're choosing to be. Whatever you see is who you be. I want that message of change and reflection to be our prominent message this year. And I know something, you've probably tried New Year's resolutions before. I'm going to do this, I'm going to be this and that, and it hasn't worked out. Guess what? I think we all have done that. And the reason why is because it loses its meaning, because it can't gain any more traction or momentum. But for 1 month solid, that's why they say it takes 21 days of being and doing in order for things to come to fruition. So you've got 30 days here. And I know that some of you are going to choose to stay, and some of you will choose to go in the challenge. The question is, How much support do you want? How much love do you want? How much of a community do you want? How much do you want change? How much do you want abundance? How much do you want to live? How much do you want to get off the sidelines and into the game? And I want to see your results, and I want to hear them. Why? Because your results are my results. Because when you're experiencing joy, love, and abundance, and wealth, and health, this is a paradigm shift, and it's so critical that it has to start somewhere. And I feel like I want to guide and lead us through this, and I want you to be guides and leaders in the same direction in your community, in your sphere of influence, in the people around you, and in your lives. That means, here's what it means. Here's what it means. It means we have to change the way that we are being, in the sense where we cannot just sit in our past, and we cannot sit in our pain, and we cannot sit in our suffering, because it really is not being. Okay, here's a big one. I don't think, if we had to speculate what God wants for us, I'm pretty sure He doesn't want us to sit in pain and in misery. I'm pretty sure He made us a whole earth so that we can live joyfully, and so that we can have all of His gifts, everything that was in that cave that the angel showed me. Yes, thank you, Amanda. I appreciate that. Spiritual health, will, yes. Let's say this together. Health, wealth, and love. You are allowed to receive from God. I don't care what anybody told you. I am 110% sure that God wants you to be happy and to have. Didn't He say, don't worry about tomorrow? Tell me that, Shelley, about the sparrow and how they don't worry about tomorrow. I want you just to be so powerful in your intention, in your desire, in your imagination as a child, and it comes true. Let's go back to that story I was telling you. Okay. So when I was a kid and I didn't have anything, including one Christmas, I remember it was a very pivotal Christmas. My dad said to me, Sylvia, I don't want you to get excited because I don't have anything for Christmas, and I want to say I'm sorry, and that so and so. I was not sad. Daryl, thanks for holding off your Starbucks. I was not sad. I actually felt sad for my dad because I could see that he was genuinely sad. But guess what that did for me? It made me dream. Literally, that's where my dreams came out of. I was looking and hoping and wishing for something more amazing in my life. And that's when I started dreaming of my grandpa and all those people. And he assured me that things are good and going to be better, and that my life is going to be good. And I want to assure you that wherever you're at, you can step up, step out, show up, and make it happen. But yeah, the sparrow, don't worry about tomorrow. So I dreamt of going to California. I don't know why. Maybe it was because I watched TV at the time, and there was a lot of shows that were on television at that time that were showing places with palm trees in California and so on and so forth. I had the dream that I was always going to come there. Guess where I am right now? I'm in California. And remember, if it was based on where I was at the time, I wouldn't be here. I was dreaming of having beautiful things in my life. I imagined that I would wear beautiful dresses, that I would have a beautiful life, that I had a beautiful home, and all of those things. And I feel awkward saying it because I still am tainted with the subjugation that having everything that you desire is a bad thing. But I'm going to tell you, we're working through this together, okay? Those dreams subsequently all came true. All of them. Everyone in my imagination, down to the spouse that I married. I had a vision at 9 years old about who I was going to share my life with. And I knew nothing about any of this Anthony Robbins stuff, nothing. I saw a person in a catalog and I said, that's the person that I want to share my life with, and we're going to do this and we're going to do that. I wanted a pool. I got a pool. And I was living in, I don't want to go there too far, but I was living in social housing. My parents were immigrants to the country and they had nothing. And on top of that, they split up. So they really were down. down emotionally, physically. They couldn't speak English. I could barely speak English. All I had were my dreams, hopes, and inspirations. And I'm using myself because I want you to know that it is possible for anyone. I don't know how down you've been in terms of your circumstances in health, wealth, and love, but I was down. And even in the beginning of my life, I had that challenging experience with my mom. And I'm using this only as an example. I'm totally over it. Love my mom. Thank you for the experience. Hope that you're having fun in heaven. I'll meet you there. Anyways, I felt that she wasn't loving me. And if there's any love that you need in this life, it's your mother's love. It's the safest, softest place ever. And when you don't have it, you understand the meaning of dedication, devotion, loyalty, love like no other. She taught me the biggest lesson of all in this lifetime, and that is to wish, hope, desire, achieve, maintain, be immersed in love. I love my children. I love my spouse. I love my life. I love it because I know what the opposite means. I know what it means to feel. Now, is it true that she didn't really? Well, no, it doesn't really matter. It was what was in my head. Same with you. What's in your head right now about your life, about love, about abundance, about wealth, about joy, spirituality? Okay, I'm going to read some comments here. Change our thinking. Tear down strongholds of our mind, says Shelly G. Amanda, people with half your talent are already making big moves. Yes, exactly. And I want to say that this isn't about, like, even though I want you to have wealth 100%, and I want to advocate for wealth and health and all those things, it isn't about how much you have or go get it. I really want you to live your full life, and that's part of it, okay? That's part of it. It's not about deprive. It's about enjoy, and receive and give. Because if you are deprived, what are you giving out to people? What are you giving? I go outside, not very often, and with a mask, but I go outside and I see people aren't giving me a lot of joy. People aren't giving me a lot of smiles. People aren't doing, and I want to change that by being that type of person that inspires and gives. Life, love, and healing are what I will spread this year. Yes, Daryl. Daryl, thank you for always being there, by the way. And I did receive your message, and I take it to heart. Thank you, and good luck. I do follow you also. You guys, if you follow me on Facebook, I'm following you too. I probably should post more, but I like to focus my energy right here on my channel. Love my channel. Let's see who's here. Wow, we have like 35 people watching. If there's 35 people here, I'm going to challenge you right now to do two things. A, say hello and where you're from. Get off those sidelines. Show up for your life, for yourself. And secondly, go download the guide and be a part of the course. But only if you want to challenge yourself. Because if you don't want to challenge yourself, you don't even need to do it. Because this is for the strong of heart. This is for people who have decided, hey, you know what? I realize this. What's on my shirt? Be the change. Be the change, okay? Because no one else is going to do it for you. And you have an opportunity to be with a community to do this together. This is something I've always wanted to do. This is something that I'm going to be. Hello, August. Thank you for being the first and bravest one to come out and say hello. Jenny from England. August from Texas. I see you guys. Thank you for being brave and for being part of the community, because remember, everybody else is benefiting by you showing up. And then there's Overhome Shop, Marianne Macy here from Salisbury, MD, Daniel Cox from England, Janelle Kane also, and her mantra is, I have everything I need and more. Excellent. So I just thought about something. I had this notion that I'd like you to write down 3 power words for 2021. And I want you to do it underneath the video, because that's going to help this video circulate. So if you could like the video and write down 3 words. If you think to yourself, oh, I don't want my name to be in the comments, you can just put it in the chat. And Chris B is from San Francisco. Kate is from Atlanta. Holly is from Wisconsin. Carrie is from Salt Lake City. I've been there. I love that. Krista Cobell is from Indiana. All right, guys. So are we going to do this together? Yes or no? Are we going to make a change? Now, I know that this is quite audacious for me to do an abundance challenge after that year, but I think it's the best time ever. The time where you felt the lowest is the time where you have to really imagine and dream. And I'm going to have a video there. I'm going to take the time to create this video, and I have a lot of interesting concepts to add, and that's going to be video 1 that I'm going to make right after this. I'm going to put on the camera and share. So there's 7 phases of abundance, and it's going to be a 30-day challenge, but the first 7 days is going to be videos of that. After the 7 days is going to be implementation, meaning that we're going to take these concepts and put them into our lives. Then you're going to come back and tell me how it worked for you, okay? All right, so hi Sylvia, I'm watching from England too. Yes, Jim Leffler from Kentucky, Maria from Cape Town, South Africa. I want to go there. Kathy from Massachusetts. Big Chaz. Hi, Sylvia. I'm watching from England too. Good. Okay. So write down your 3 power words. Maybe you can do it both places. That's not asking a lot. Write them there. Copy and paste them right here. I want to see what your 3 words are for 2021. I want to know exactly what's on your mind. 3 power words. Thank you, Shelly, for organizing. I'm gonna share some of mine. See, I'm reluctant to share mine right at this moment because I want to see yours first, and let's see if they match, okay? We're having fun here. This is spontaneous. This is a different live stream than I normally do, but hey, guess what? It is 2021, the first days of 2021. So one person has joy, courage, optimism, and love. Yes, Kathy. Life, love, and health, like he said already. Thank you for clarifying. You're funny. Your personality is coming through. Joy, kindness, and mindfulness. Abundance and freedom. Yes. Good. Service, love, and happiness. Yes. Okay, I'm going to read mine through. These are words that came to mind for me. Strength, change, and freedom. Yes. Spiritual growth and allowing opening of gifts and abundance. Yes. Receive, receive, receive. Open up your channel. Remember, courage, kindness, dedication. Nice. Nice, Gary. Okay. We're going to get to a hard part here. So first of all, imagination, freedom, liberty, carefree, love, energy, releasing of the past, balance, peace, joy, abundance, gratitude, opulence, high vibes, love, love, love. I just told them, Jenny H., all of those. Imagination, freedom, liberty, carefree, love, energy, releasing of the past, balance, peace, joy, abundance, gratitude, opulence, and high vibes. Okay. I'm going to go into a hard topic here, and if you don't like hard topics, and if you don't mind me being completely authentic with you, I'm going to share something that's could be perceived as a little negative, but I'm going to do it anyways. How many people here are more concerned with being liked than being authentic? I hear crickets and no comments. How many people here are concerned more with being liked than being authentic? Okay, so this is a question I had to ask myself many times. Being authentic requires us to step into our full self. And if you haven't noticed already, you're living in a world that isn't always positive, and the message isn't that, hey, you should be as healthy as possible. You should be as wealthy as possible. You should be as abundant as possible. You should have as much love as possible. I would venture to say the opposite is true. And I want for you, I know that about you, Daryl, you are authentic. I want you to understand that yet being kind and being of service and being emotional and being gentle, all those things that I can relate to very deeply, are all great. That's actually who we are. But we can be even more than just, we can expand our being. I feel like to be liked by others, we want to be perceived as only somebody who gives. And I think we have a hard time asking and standing up for what we believe in, especially. Stand up for what you believe in. Ask for what you truly mean. Be who you truly are. Say how you truly feel. Receive what you truly want. When you were a kid, you didn't. You didn't have that problem, did you? Because you were so unfiltered. You were so authentic. You were so real. When you went into your drawer to wear whatever you wanted to wear, you just wore what you felt like at the moment. You didn't think, well, I better wear this, or I better do that, or I better go there. When you were friends with someone, you just told them how I just love you to your friend. You were 100% in touch with who you were. And then as time goes along, you realize that you have to adapt and you have to morph into something to fit in to a reality. Okay, good question. How can you ask for what you want if you don't know what you want? That's the problem. That's the whole crux, Carrie, of why I actually created this challenge, is because for the longest time, I see you as the same person, everyone here, I had a challenge knowing who I was. And that came at the, have you heard of that saying? What's that called? The dark night of the soul. My voice is saying, don't say it. So during that time, I ended up actually achieving a lot because where I came from and all of my dreams, I really did. I was the CEO of a national company. I really achieved my dreams, but there was something terrible missing. And that is that I left the little girl behind and I adapted to being someone who I thought was going to make it. Do you understand? And what I'd like to say to all of you is that I'd love you to realign. You know, that's a real popular word. Align your spirit, align your soul. That's what they're talking about. Align with who you truly are. Not who you've become as a result of who you thought you needed to be, but who you truly are in your essence. And I think there is no closer place than inside of you to God. That's where God speaks to you. That's where your energy is. That's where the power of creation is. That's where the power of God is, right inside of you. So if we've distanced ourselves from that authenticity, from that vulnerability, from that us, our being, how are we supposed to manifest our best life, right? You can construct some. That's why New Year's resolutions don't work, because we're saying, well, if we be this, if we go to the gym, if we do this job, no, just be yourself. Just totally tap in. And as Carrie said, that's something that we've forgotten. What is your favorite color? As simple as that. What do you like to do? What brings you joy? If you could do anything, we don't even ask ourselves this question, if we could do or be anything in the world. Whenever I ask people that, like I used to help entrepreneurs doing their branding back in the day, and I would say, so what are, in the realm of all possibilities, where time and money were no object or limited thinking, who would you be? Thank you, Lily Jane. Thank you for your generosity. Happy New Year. Who would you be in the realm of no limits, no time limits, no money limits, no people limits, no limiting thoughts? Who would you be? That's what I'm going to challenge you in this challenge, in the 30-day challenge. I want you to tap into that person, because guess what? You might have $5 or $5 million, but you will feel abundant if you are yourself. I'm not poo-pooing money. I'm just telling you, it's not the amount that matters. It's the fact that you are jiving with who you are. If living in India, wherever, and wearing a beautiful outfit and meditating all day is your dream and your full potential and who you are and what you came for, hallelujah, do that. In order to get to India, you're going to have to get a plane ticket if you're not already there. If you're watching from India, let me know. However, you have to take steps to implement your dreams. And the first thing is, Yvonne said, I want to be a healer. Okay, be that. I'm going to do it again. Be the change. Be that change. Be the change. So what does it mean to be the change? Take the steps, make the date, line it up, do it. Like, take action. And as soon as you hear your excuses, back off from your excuses, because they're not your friends. Your excuses aren't going to get you the results you want. Hello, lovely, just now coming in. Okay, Michelle, you can rewatch it. You can join us right now. There's no beginning and there's no end. You can just, come back and rewind and join us right now. Tell us where you're coming from, too, Michelle. Okay, so how are you guys? Oh, Jim says he wants to be a writer, public speaker, and vlogger and YouTuber. Okay, I challenge you to join the challenge and to start your YouTube channel today if you haven't. And if you haven't done it, I want you to practice and make your first video. And then I want you to link it when you're in the challenge. I want you to link it and tell me that you've started that. And feel the fear, because there's always fear involved when you're trying to do something new, right? Like me. I do NDE videos here on my channel, which I have a few lined up that are coming for those of you that love my NDE videos, interviews. However, I went out on a limb to tell you what I was truly thinking. This is my authentic self. I absolutely love NDEs. I watch them all the time. And I will continue to do interviews. But since you're here and since we're friends, I want to tell you the truth. Truth is that I want abundance for you and for me. I want us to fulfill our true potential. Why? Because you have a beginning and an end to this life. And if all we do is be miserable and worry about what we lost, how are we supposed to do anything and achieve anything in this life? And when we go to our life review, what are we going to say? That we cried the whole time? I'm not being insensitive. I'm just saying, what are we going to say? So, this year, I want a new set, which I've already started building. I want to do a new do. I'm going to have I have a new color scheme for how I'm going to show up, because I want fresh and I want to release the pain. And I want you guys to tell me. Michelle's from Texas. She sends her love. And Jim, already have some videos posted on YouTube. They're not that great, but it's a learning experience. Exactly. Like whoever knew how to ride a bike the first time. If you knew how to ride a bike the first time, you need to let me know in the comments, because I know I fell on my knee, fell on my side, had a handlebar in the rib cage and everywhere else. And that is what happens when you try something new. And, I got to tell you this. I went on my phone and I downloaded these sayings, quotes from Einstein. And I had in mind to put them here, and I'm going to put them in the first video, because that Einstein guy, tell you what, he was a scientist. However, I feel that he had the same dreams, or tapped into exactly the same, because he is saying the same things as what my dream told me. And let me share some with you right now. Thank you for your patience. Imagination is everything. I don't think you could see this. Imagination is everything. Why did he say that? Because it's true. Imagination is what you had as a child. And it's the only thing that gets you out of being stuck in a place where, that's barren. Imagination brings everything. So I agree with you. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Yes, because knowledge has some limitations. Imagination has no limitation. So he also mentioned about failing. If a man doesn't fail, then he never tries anything new. If you didn't try anything new, how exciting was your life? Has anybody ever asked you, are you enjoying your life? Have you maximized your experience here on earth? Most people are concerned about, the beginning and the end. And I want, I'm laughing because I also was addicted to NDEs and wanted to know what happened. We know, guys. We've watched enough NDEs. There's Mary Neal. There's Eben Alexander. And keep watching them to be inspired, because you learn something new every time they talk. However, we know what's happening. Life after death. And we're going to meet all of our relatives there. But the question is, what are you doing here? And my father, he was really instrumental in making me think about that. He's like, it's your turn, Silvia. Stop calling me back to earth and crying, because it's your turn. Okay, Kate, I want to reach my full potential. Yes. Continue to make a living working from home. Yes. and be there and spend time with my mom, travel with my mom. Yes, I want you to start making plans. I know that there are travel restrictions all over the world, but there are no restrictions to your imagination and writing down ideas and how you're going to do it. Break it down to where you go, make a path, make a travel guide, do whatever you want, because there's no restrictions on your imagination. And as soon as the gates open, you will be prepared. Save up for it, plan it, feel it, see it, imagine it, and then do it. Be that. So, Jim, thanks for the encouragement. You're beautiful inside and out. Thank you so much. You know, Jim, part of the reason why a lot of you are here, I'm assuming that if you're a reflection of myself, then you know what? Then you're also wanting to stand up for what you believe. Maybe you all want a channel. That's great. I will help you do it. I even have a little mini course that I shared with Peter Panicor and a lot of the other NDEers who are lovely, lovely people. They're my friends. I love them. Can't believe that I was able to tap into such an amazing community. This is the community I'm creating. You guys are a reflection of who I am. So I love you guys, and I'm joining in with it. I think you need to drink water. Yeah, I do. All right. You're so funny. Here we go. I think I'm going to do that right now. That coffee cup doesn't look... I need to get water. Maybe that means that it's time to end and I go create the first video. Okay, guys. So I'm going to read a few comments and I'm going to go create the first video of the Abundance Challenge. Who's joining in on the challenge? I want to make more music, Shauna says, and art. Yes. How many people are successful with writing and making music? Online today, you can put up a page, put up your music. You can go to these music sites. You can sell your music to. You could simply just enjoy it. You don't even have to sell it. Who's joining the challenge? I'm in. Me. Kathy's in. Excellent. Simply sign your name down, and you're going to receive emails from me. I'm going to let you know right now. If you don't open the emails, you won't be able to have the access to the Abundance Zone. I know a lot of you guys feel the same way about Facebook. I was thinking about starting a group, not doing it. I'm going to keep it into the Abundance Center, and then here is the amazing part. I'm going to do Zooms with you guys. Not in the first 7 days, though. I want in the first 7 days for you guys to work through that booklet, and then you will be prepared for the Zoom calls, okay? And the Zoom calls are going to come in after the 7th day. We're going to be together for 30 days. I'm going to send you a video and every day within the challenge of things to consider, things that you may have considered, things that you may not have considered. So maybe what I should do is just, How do I access the Abundance Center? Okay, good question. So Kathy, as soon as you click on the link, put your name and email in, you're going to download the guide immediately on the thank you page right there. And then you're going to check your email. And in your email, it's going to come to you. It might go in your junk mail. It might go in your spam mail. You're going to receive a username and password. You're going to go in there. I want you to know that right now it's all set up. However, I'm going to dispense and drip the videos daily. It is something I started literally this morning. Without fear, my gift to you. It's a gift to you. And if you can accept it the way it is in its inception, I would absolutely love it. Participate as much as you can and will and want, and give me your feedback along the way, because this is actually one of my dreams, is to create an abundance course for people. You are participating in the creation of something big and transformative. I want to thank, by the way, all of the people who gave a super chat. Means tremendous amount to me, because it supports my channel and it allows me to do and all of the things that I need to do to show up for you guys, okay? So I want to thank you for that. And my members, my sweet, sweet members that I met over Christmas. If you want to be a member, if you want to support me in that way, become a member. There's 3 different levels. The first one starting at $1.99 a month. That's up to you, okay? You do as much as you want. And I want to share with you, the more you feel abundance, the more abundant you will be. Sherry desperately wants to go to Ireland. Yes, do it. I'm joining, Cheryl says. Okay, well, I'm going to see you in there. So just before we go, do you guys have any questions about how that's going to work and how the Abundance Challenge happens? You're going to see some changes also that was my phone. You're going to see some changes in my set, in me, and how I'm going to show up, and I'm going to participate in the challenge and share with you exactly what's happening and how it's going to work. I want you to be inspired. I'm just checking over your comments. I want you to be inspired. If for some reason I missed your comment, post it right now and I'll reply to it. Just copy and paste it. Lily J. Who? Shauna, thank you for the super chat. That is so sweet. I appreciate it. So I'll meet you in the challenge area. I'm not going to post the challenge videos on YouTube because I think people who come for my NDEs are going to wonder what in the heck is going on. This is the one and only time that I'm going to be offering this abundance challenge on my channel like this. Like I did a 7-day one trial. This is the only time I'm doing the full one. And then after that, I'm going to offer it to the entire world. And I want you guys to help me in creating it. And I want to thank you. And I want you to have abundance, opulence, joy, health, wealth. I'm going to wrap this up. It's going to require you to step out of your comfort zone. And it's going to require you to get off the sidelines and to participate. And it's going to require that you don't play small. And I know that Jesus said to be meek. I want to be meek. I want you to be meek. But meek means to be loving and compassionate and caring. It has nothing to do with lack. You can be fully abundant and fully loving. You can be fully healthy and fully loving. You can be fully loving and be loving. Okay? So let's wrap it up. I need some water, clearly. I'm going to see you guys there. When you sign up, there will be no videos there, but there will be within 1 hour. Okay? So do me a favor. Print the PDF out. If you don't have a printer, get a printer, access one, send it to Staples, wherever you are, whatever country you are, because there's going to be some writing required with a pen and a paper. If you prefer not to print it out, you can always type all of your answers out, okay? And I'll be in touch with you via email each day. You have to check your email, check your spam. Done. Hey, you're a new member? Thank you, Kathy. That's lovely. Thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. Chris B., people from all over the world joined through your chat. Yes, thank you, Chris. Thank you for your love. You know, love, I'm going to wind it up with this. Love is so important. And for those of you who have had the experience of not having a full capacity to receive or to give love, or perhaps something stopped you, I really have a special place in my heart for you. And if love and support is what you're looking for, you found the right place, because that's exactly what I'm going to do. And I'm going to be 100% transparent with you all along the way. I'm going to have flaws, and I'm going to share them with you, because I think we can all grow through sharing our experiences. And I want you to communicate and give me your feedback. Yeah, I do want you to show me your good side, but I want you to show me your full authentic self, not just one side, but all sides of you. And I want you to consider the place when you communicate with me and with everybody else in here and everywhere in the world. I want you to consider the place where it's coming from. And if you develop a golden place of God inside of you and light, that's where you're going to be coming from. And everything you say and do and how you're being is going to come from that spot. And ultimately, that's really what I want for you and for me. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Yes, the link is there. You're Shelly. If you go and look at the comments, you'll see it in the comments there. Don't forget to like this video on the other side so it circulates, and you can write your power words there if you came in late. I moved my son's old desk in my room, and I've manifested a laptop. Good for you. I may always be authentic, but Sylvia, you're like the fuel to my authenticity. Oh, thank you, Daryl. Thank you. You rock. Boom. Thank you, M4TNO. Talk to you guys soon. I'll see you in the Abundance Center. Also, remember, the first video is not up yet. I'm going to make it, and I'll see you next Saturday. I've got an amazing NDE coming up too that I'm doing on the 16th. Until then, I will also be making other videos about spirituality and tapping into the kingdom of God. Talk to you soon.